Hello students, I hope you all are good and utilizing your time. Dear students, today in this recording we are going to understand about soil conservation. Let me tell you the meaning of conservation. Conservation means protection. Okay. So here we are going to study what are the different methods by which we can protect the soil. Okay, you know why protection is required or why conservation is required. As you know, there in my previous class I told you about soil erosion, erosion, and you know erosion causes destruction. It causes destruction to the soil. Okay, so and I told you in how many ways soil erosion destructs the soil. Okay, I told you it's different agents like water and wind. Okay, and different types of erosion like gully erosion, sheet erosion, okay, reel erosion. So they harm the soil, and erosion generally means that the top layer of the soil gets washed away or gets removed. That is called the erosion. Okay, now to protect the top layer that contains the nutrients and humus, okay, and so to protect it, it is called soil conservation. Okay, as you should also know that a layer of soil, a small layer, that is 2 to 2.5 centimeter of layer of soil, takes millions of years. It takes a million of years to form a 2 to 2.5 centimeter layer. Okay, 2 to 2.5 centimeter thick layer of soil forms in millions of years. Okay, but you know it takes only few hours to destroy them, to destruct them. Okay, so that is why soil conservation is very important process. Okay, and you know there are different methods by which we can conserve the soil, but according to your reduced syllabus we will going to study only 3 to 4 types of soil conservation ways or methods. Okay, like we will study about afforestation. Okay, we will also study about terrace farming. Okay, then we will also study about crop rotation. Okay, and finally planting of shelter belts. Okay, so today we are going to study about the different ways or different methods of soil conservation. Okay, I hope you understood what is soil conservation. Soil conservation means to protect the soil from erosion, to protect the soil from washed away. Okay, so there are different methods we use to conserve the soil, and these are the different methods we are going to study according to your reduced syllabus. Okay, afforestation, terrace, and crop rotation, planting of shelter belts. Let's understand each of it, okay, one by one. Okay, so now let's understand about afforestation. This is the best method. Okay, this is the best method for soil erosion. What we do in this afforestation, we plant more and more trees. Okay, you know these trees helps in soil conservation. And how they help? Because their roots helps the soil hold it tightly. Okay, hold it tightly. What is afforestation? Afforestation means to plant more and more trees. Okay, and they help in soil conservation. In this way, how they help the soil conservation? Their roots hold the soil tightly, that they cannot be eroded. Okay, and in this method we should not cut the trees, we should what we do, we should create more and more land, convert more and more land into forest areas. Okay, especially in the hill slopes, we should or uncultivated land, we should plant more and more trees. This is called afforestation. Okay, now let's understand the terrace farming. What we generally do in terracing, suppose there is a hilly area. Okay, so what we do there, we make terraces there. Okay, like this. Okay, and this terrace helps in soil conservation. How they helps? Because when water falls them, okay, then they flow in this way, down this way. Okay, they do not flow like sloping way. Okay, so this method is called terracing. Okay, so it is good method for soil conservation. Okay, especially in the in the hilly areas. Okay, now let's talk about the third method, that is the planting of shelter beds. Okay, what we do in this type, okay, in this we plant trees or shrubs in a belts. Okay, shelter belts, not beds. Okay, in a belt. And what they help, they help in checking the wind. Okay, when winds come here, suppose that there is a tree, okay, and shrubs, when the winds come here, it stops or it checks the wind. Okay, and it helps in the decreasing of the velocity of the winds. Especially planting of shelter belts help in where the wind erosion takes place. Okay, so in this method what we do, we plant the trees or shrubs in a belts format. Okay, we put the belt in this format. Okay, we make the belt of plants and trees. Okay, and they helps in the slowing down the velocity of the wind. That is why wherever the wind erosion takes place, it helps in the wind erosion. Okay. Okay, now let's understand the fourth one, and that is the last type of soil conservation according to your reduced syllabus. Okay, what we do in crop rotation, as you know, it name says rotation. Okay, so in this the farmer practice what they practice a number of crops, okay, on the same land. Okay, suppose that it is the season of wheat, so they grow the wheat in that soil. Okay, now it's the season of rice, so they grow the rice in the same field according to the seasons. Okay, this is called crop rotation. Okay, and you know crop rotation helps in soil conservation. Okay, they also help in the structure of the soil, they also help in the nutrition of the soil. Okay, at the same time they also help in the conservation of soil. So in soil rotation what we do, the farmer practice a sequence of crops, okay, that comes one after another in the sequential order in the according to the seasons. Okay, so in this way we have seen that what is soil conservation and what are its different methods to conserve the soil. So let me repeat it for you once again. Soil conservation means to protect the soil, okay, from being eroded. Okay, and there are different methods that we can use to protect the soil from being eroded, and these methods are called afforestation. In afforestation what we use, we do a lot of planting. Okay, we do a lot of land to be covered, okay, under the plants or under the forest area. Okay, the uncultivated land and the sides of the slopes and the hill, in that areas we plant trees, more and more trees, and that helps in the soil conservation. Okay, then other thing what we studied about the terrace farming. Okay, what we do in terrace farming, we cut the slopes, we cut the hills in the slope format. Okay, and we form some sort of terrace there. Okay, and these terraces helps in the checking of water. Okay, suppose that if water flows in that direction in a slopey way, then it will take a lot of soil with it. Okay, and if it flows in this way, then it will take least amount of the soil with it. Okay, that is why this type of practice is famous in hilly areas. Okay, that is called terrace farming. Okay, we also studied about the planting of shelter belts. In shelter belts, what we do, we plant trees and shrubs in a belts. Okay, like we create belts of plants and trees, and they help in the decreasing of the velocity of wind, and especially in those areas where wind erosion takes place, it's help in checking that. Okay, and last one is crop rotation. Crop rotation means farmers grow one type of crop, then in the same land they grow another type of crop according to the seasonal sequence. Okay, and this helps in the soil conservation. Hope you got it. If you have any confusion, you may ask me. Thank you. Have a nice day.